take our drone up here.
Take off. Home point has been updated.
Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Well, the DJI Mavic 3 now finally has all the updates it needs to be a drone that it should have been at the start. I don't know why DJI launched it way back in November with only like, I don't know, 40% of the features on it. You know, it caused other companies to do the same. Like look at Autel right now. They've released the Nano and the Evo Lite, and those, they don't have all the features active either. They're going to be active in the February sometime. So I think this is a sign of the times for things to come with these drone companies. All right, so I've listed all the new features here. I'm not going to go through them all. And the reason I'm not going to go through them all is because look at the screen. You probably can't see it over there. It's not that bright out here. You know, it is an RC Pro controller and it does have a 1000 nit screen. I do have my sunglasses on. However, normally I can see my cell phone and other things. I don't find it very, very bright because it is super bright out here and reflective with all the snow. So as someone who wants to get the exact picture, I would need some sort of sunshade, or I need goggles or something to see what I want to see. But anyways, it's recording me right now. It's just over there sitting in the corner and I'm over here. But I want to try out some of the features on here that have been changed because some of them are for the better. Like, I'm not too concerned with quick shots. Quick shots was always something that was just a fun thing if you're on vacation. I've got them all listed here, so I'm just going through them. Pano now has high res. That could be pretty good for people who are on vacation and want a panoramic shot of an area. So let me try a pano right now at high res and see what it looks like. Go into pano, there we are, and we have sphere, 180, wide angle, and we have something for a cell phone. So the cell phone people would love this one, vertical at the bottom. That's sort of like what the new Evo Lite 8K does, which is sort of like the old Mavic Pro. It just turns the camera sideways. This one, the camera doesn't turn sideways. What it's going to do is crop the image from top to bottom like this. So let's try it. I don't know if I'm high enough. I'm pretty low to the ground at 9 meters. Let's go that and let's try it. There we go. It's doing it at that low of altitude. It's doing it. And it should give me the result. It says it's processing it, 97%, almost done. Come on, show me the final result. There we go. So how does that look? I like the drone low to the ground like that, doing pano shots. Let me try another one, see if it does it. Let's do 180. So 180 should look interesting. Let's click that one. There we go, 180. It's certainly taken a lot of photos for 180. There it is up there, spinning around. So it's obviously spinning to do a full 180 from side to side. So what does that look like? It's processing it now. All right, so we tried the pano shots at high res. There's also a new burst mode, and burst mode is something you use if you have something moving on your screen. You want to burst and take a series of photos of it as it's moving. Not video, but photos. So I'll be the moving subject. Okay, so in burst mode, I have to select how many photos I want, 5 or 7. I'll go 5. We'll make this really quick, and that's about it. So I just have to have the camera kind of looking at me, and I'll walk towards it, and it should shoot 5 photos really fast as soon as I say go. So here we go. Go. Holy cow, that was too fast. That was like a camera, like a DSLR or mirrorless, like it just went off. That's not what I expected. So I guess burst mode is more for like action, like super fast action. Hang on a sec, let me see if I can slow that down. Nope, that's it. That's the burst mode. 5 shots really quick in a row. There's no way I could run at that thing and hit burst mode. That would just be craziness. I don't know. Well, maybe I'll try it. Hang on a sec. Let me get back here. Let me put it at 7 shots. And let me, I don't know if I can do this, hit this thing and run at it. So I'm moving towards it. I'm going to hit the 7. Oh, it's too fast. It's too fast. I probably look like I was standing still all 7 shots, so forget that. It is a cool thing to have though on a drone, that's for sure, because you can really make good use of that. Digital zoom now without the Explorer, so they put the Air 2S digital zoom in this thing. Well, they didn't put the Air 2S digital zoom in, they put a similar feature. So in other words, you see the back of me over there? So I'll zoom in to me. I'm not in Explorer mode, so this is just natural zoom, and I'm in 4K 30. So let me just go to video so that you can see it working. All right, so you see the back of me here. I'll turn around and kind of face both cameras. Hi, camera 1, camera 2, and there's now a zoom. of a 2x zoom. I can zoom in nicely. And that's in 4K 30. And I have tried it in 5K as well, and it does seem to work really nice. So it's very usable. We also have D-Log with color assist. So D-Log is a log profile, very flat. If you put the color assist, it kind of shows you what the colors are that you're missing, that you might get when you put it in your editing software and play with the colors later to bring it back to realism. Now, one of the best things they added to the Mavic 3 interface is the ability for people who really know how to use the camera and want to use the camera to do it themselves. So if I click at the bottom here where it says ISO 400, I'll get this type of screen. Let me start off with the left-hand side of the screen. This is pretty cool because at the top you have your white balance. It's on auto right now. I'm going to leave it like that. Next you have how do you want to record. I'm recording at 4K 30. I'm not recording anything now. That's why you just see the screen. But the cool thing is after you get down to the storage you want to select is you can put it in D-Log or normal. So there's normal, which you can see in the background. The color comes nice and cool looking. Or you can go into D-Log, which makes it look really flat. That's how I've been recording some of this video in D-Log. But the cool thing in D-Log is now they have the color assist. So if you click on that, there you go. So now I get some of my color back so it looks more colorful. So if you want to record in D-Log, that's pretty sweet. The other thing I really like that they did is if I go to the bottom and I click on the actual camera settings, the auto setting for the shutter, I could turn that off and then I can have control over it, you know, and adjust it as I wish. And of course the aperture setting right there, I have control over that if I take off the auto, and I can open up the aperture. Way too bright, it's like coming out of the optometrist's office, and then bring it all the way down to like f11. There we go. Or put it back on auto and it will fix itself. That's pretty sweet. And of course at the bottom you have exposure value. This is something for me I really like in the Mavic 3. And sorry, my nose is running again. Also, I noticed that correctly, if you record in D-Log, your ISO can only start at 400. And that's correct for D-Log, a log profile, because you want to bring up everything. You don't want anything low. It has to be all exposed quite well. So D-Log goes at 400. I've got it in normal mode right now, so I can go down to an ISO of 100. Today you would film with an ISO at 100 because it's so freaking bright out. We also have master shots at 4K 60. You know, people who like master shots, that would be pretty cool. I still find master shots kind of gimmicky. However, the video that it records that doesn't get manipulated into a little movie is actually pretty good. What else is on here? I can't see anything. ActiveTrack with zoom and D-Log. Oh, I got to try that. So now with ActiveTrack, you can have D-Log and zoom. So I'm just going to try the zoom feature. Here we go. Okay, so let's put a box around me. Spotlight available. Oh, well, I put a box around me and it says still unavailable in ProRes recording. So I got to go down to normal recording. Let me just get out of this and go down to normal right at the bottom. ProRes, we'll go H.264. We'll go to the lowest. There we are. Record. They got to fix that. You know, honestly, a lot of people who buy the Mavic 3 Cine like I did, we want to do everything in 5K. You still can't do stuff in 5K that's autonomous on this drone. You can only film straight ahead and do your normal stuff in 5K. Everything else is 4K or 4K 60. Same as with ProRes, you can't do any autonomous stuff really, so you're kind of stuck. Anyways, let's just select me. There we go. It's got me, and we are going to do ActiveTrack. There we go, and I want it to follow me. Well, since it's over there, I'll let it keep following me from the back. So what I want to try as it's following me here is to zoom in. So I'm going to hit the zoom switch. Now I'm on 2x zoom while it's tracking me. So that's pretty good. And if I hit the zoom, I have to do it with my gloves because it's so disastrous here. There we go, zoom out. So that could come in super handy for a lot of people. Now my dial here, maybe it's my glove that's frozen or something. There we go, now I have it going. So I can pick in between those settings here. Coming back. That's pretty sweet. Actually, I find it looks pretty good. On the screen, it looks good. But yeah, I could see that being quite helpful because the drone wants to follow you at a certain distance. So this way here, you can have it come closer to you as it's doing stuff. That's nice. Another thing, they say that the colors are much more accurate now. Representation for when you want to do post-editing, which was a problem in the past. And Explorer Zoom has increased sharpness. So Explorer Zoom is where it goes into that really massive digital zoom. I always found it looked really terrible, so let's try it out. All right, we'll use me as the subject again. I'm right here. We're gonna go into Explorer mode. Explorer mode enabled. 28x zoom is now supported. So hit record so you can see what I'm doing. Let's get the camera on me, turn the drone a bit, and let's explore. So here we go. Coming in. I'll just keep it going in nice and smooth. Bring up the gimbal a little bit. There we are. So let me just go back for a sec. So that was 4x. That was the max that the normal camera can do is 4x zoom. And then now I'm into the little camera up top. So this is the little camera up top. I look a little dark. I don't know, the sun's right there. Not sure why, but I'm probably not the subject to be zooming in on because I'm just me. I'm not an actual object. Yeah, this is crazy. Going right into my zits. All right. So I don't know. It's probably pretty good. How about I get a different subject so we can see? There's a building over there. Let me try that. So here we go. That looks good, looks good. And then after it gets past 2, it's probably going to start looking worse. But there's lines on the side of the bricks. That's what I want to capture. There we go. So now we're in 7.5. I'm just going to move it over to look at those lines a little bit more because that's where you'll see the actual sharpness, and take it up with a little bit of the snow. There we go. So let's bring that in. On my screen, it looks incredibly good, but you know, when you watch it back on video, it might not look as good. You'll see the sharpness come through since we're staring at lines. So we have dark and bright, which is perfect. Let me just bring the gimbal down a bit. There we go. So we're at the max, 28, and I'm just gonna pan the gimbal up. So there's the snow. You know, it's very bright. It's hard to get detail on that when you're zoomed in. And let's go over to the right. So we're picking an object farther away. We'll see how that looks. There we go. It's not bad. It's not once again, this zoom is just designed, you know, not really for filming, but if you really had to film something, you probably could. So there's adopt a park sign, and there's another sign in the back. I'll just tap on it to make sure it's focused on it. There we go. And then I'm just going to zoom into it. There we go. That doesn't look too sharp. Probably the angle. Not sure. And coming back out. And coming back out, and coming way back out. There we go. So there's probably an improvement, slight, but if you're somebody who liked the Explorer mode, then you're going to love that improvement. I don't really care for the Explorer mode. I do use it now and then just for fun stuff, but I don't use it for anything really good. Now there's a whole bunch of other new features, but they're more internally on the drone itself for transferring files, how things work inside, benefits like that, and as well the RC controller. One of the good things on the new RC controller is they have set it up so that it does now work with the Air 2S. So if you have that, now you can go out and buy yourself this and they'll work together nicely. Now I am impressed on the Mavic 3 of the flight time. I've been flying on 1 battery out here. I brought 3. Now one last thing to mention about the RC Pro and filming in log like D-Log is that since the profile is flat, and if it's a sunny day like it is right now, you really can't see the screen. It's just pretty much black because it's just flat. There's no brightness, no color, or nothing. So I find it very difficult if you're trying to do something professional with just this thing. Yeah. Oh, now I'm getting a low battery, so I'm gonna let this thing pop up. It's gotta land over there. Oh, look at this, it's just flying over my head to land. That's pretty cool. It didn't even fly up in the air. And it comes down. That is not the landing pad down there. Look at, hey, hello, hello, Mavic, that's snow. Snow. Well, it's smart enough to notice that's snow. Let's bring it over there. I can hit pause. I've got control of you now, buddy. You're going over there. Let's just land this. There we go. There we go. All right. You did well, buddy. All right, so I have to say the improvements on the Mavic 3 are, you know, if they came out with those improvements or how it is now back in November, I think the reviews would have been better and people would have been happier. Launching a product when not everything's ready to go or fixed on it, or not everything is up to par for the price they asked for this, is not the best thing, DJI, so please don't do that again. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this little demonstration of the new features. I am liking this more and more, so it can only get better from here. Oh, and I should mention this goofy thing, I really like it because look I've got these bulky gloves on, but it's so easy compared to a normal gimbal guard to put on. Like with bulky gloves, greatest thing ever. So there we go. All right, let's put you away. Thanks for watching.